Installation, commissioning or maintenance work only for authorized personnel. Observe the instructions given in the installation instructions. Failure to observe these installation instructions voids any Wolf warranty. Standard delivery. Installation instructions for contractors. Operating instructions for users. Suspension bracket for wall mounting. Cable with plug for electrical power. Mark the 12 mm diameter holes to be drilled for the suspension bracket, taking into account the minimum clearances. Insert the rawl plugs and fit the suspension bracket using the screws supplied. Hook the boiler onto the suspension bracket using the mounting stay, condensate drain connection. The trap must be fitted before installing the appliance. Before installing, apply silicone grease to the sealing collar. The trap included in the standard delivery must be fitted from underneath the appliance. Removing the front casing. First undo the central screw at the bottom of the front casing. Push in the two locking hooks at the bottom left and right and pull the casing forwards. Lift the front casing upwards to release and remove it. Opening the control unit. Push the retaining bracket on the casing upwards and pivot the control unit forwards. Opening the control unit back. Open the control unit cover using a screwdriver. Power supply cable 230 volts, 50 Hz. Room thermostat input. Please note, no external voltage must be connected to input E1 as this would destroy the PCB. Outside temperature sensor. Cylinder temperature sensor. E-bus. Heating circuit. We recommend installing a maintenance valve in both the heating flow and heating return. Note, we recommend using a sludge separator with integral magnetite separator in the boiler inlet to protect the high-efficiency pump and the boiler. This is particularly relevant for old systems and mixed installations. Cold water and domestic hot water connection. We recommend installing a maintenance valve into the cold water supply line. If the cold water supply pressure is above the maximum permissible operating pressure of 10 bars, install a tested and certified pressure reducer. Gas connection. Connect the gas supply line at the gas connection or the expansion joint using a 1/2-inch gas connection and an approved sealant. Ensure the supply line is stress-free. Filling the heating system via a filling facility. Open the fill valve on the filling facility. Fill the heating circuit via the domestic hot water circuit. Close the fill valve and test the entire appliance and the component unions for tightness. Fill the trap from above through the inspection port in the flue pipe. Fill only through the flue. Do not fill water into the ventilation air aperture, as this could cause the burner to malfunction. Checking the gas supply pressure. The gas boiler must be switched off. Close the gas ball valve. Loosen screw C on the gas test connector of the gas combination valve with a screwdriver. Do not remove the screw. Connect the pressure gauge. Open the gas ball valve. Switch the gas condensing boiler on by pressing button 5. After the boiler has started, read the supply pressure on the pressure gauge and enter it into the commissioning report. Turn off the boiler, close the gas ball valve, remove the pressure gauge and tighten the screw in the gas test connector. Checking the flue gas parameters, open the gas ball valve and switch on the appliance. Check the gas pipe and hydraulics for tightness. Remove screw B from the right-hand test port. Insert the test probe. Switch on the boiler and enable the emissions test mode via buttons 6 and 7. Press and hold for 5 seconds. Carry out the checks after a minimum of 60 seconds of operation, measuring first at upper load and then at lower load. CO2 setting at lower load. CO2 setting value at upper load. Operating mode button. Off. Frost protection enabled. Summer mode. Only domestic hot water heating enabled. Winter mode. Heating and domestic hot water heating enabled. Domestic hot water button up. Display and select domestic hot water temperature. Domestic hot water button down. Display and select domestic hot water temperature. Heating button up. Display and select flow temperature. Heating button down. Info button. Show display menu. Reset button. Press once briefly. Reset. Show contractor level. Press and hold for 10 seconds. TS, IN, HI, RES. Confirm contractor level. TS, IN, HI, RES. Press and hold for 1 second. Contractor parameters. When the menu TS has been selected via the reset button, the first parameter to be displayed is H01. Press the domestic hot water buttons up and down to select one of the parameters H01 to A09. To view or adjust the value of the selected parameter, briefly press one of the heating buttons up and down. The set value is displayed. Press the heating button up and down to modify the set value. The modification is immediately applied and saved. Press the reset button to exit the parameter level. Parameter H04. The parameter H04 is the setting for the maximum burner output in heating mode. It applies to the heating mode, cascade, and emission test. This percentage value corresponds approximately to the real device output. Parameter H12. In this parameter, the gas type used for the gas condensing boiler can be set to 1, 2, 3, 4. When changing the gas type, it is imperative to observe the chapter Determining or Changing the Gas Type. Never change the appliance output, as this can lead to appliance damage or faults. Parameter H40. The condensing boiler is matched to the heating system by selecting from 3 pre-configured system configurations under parameter H40. This parameter influences the function of the internal appliance pump. Parameter H51. The domestic hot water configuration is used to set the type of domestic hot water heating. If the configuration is modified, all parameters are returned to factory settings except H12 and H40. 1. Combi mode. 2. Combi mode and solar integration. 3. Cylinder operation. 4. Heating mode only. No domestic hot water. Parameter H54. If the heating curve is greater than 0, the setting for the heating flow temperature via both the heating buttons up and down is disabled. The FGB boiler can be combined with a BM2 to a remote control. The operation is very comfortable and convenient. Combined with the external interface module ISM7E, the device can be operated online with LAN or Wi-Fi via eBus. Installation, commissioning or maintenance work only for authorized personnel. Observe the instructions given in the installation instructions. Failure to observe these installation instructions voids any Wolf warranty.